Welcome to Coming Out of the Dark podcast, a podcast like none other, where women are empowered, encouraged, and uplifted to be the best version of themselves. Get ready to come from darkness into light with a passion to fulfill purpose. Here is your host, Miss Lady O.
Hello, thank you for listening to another episode of Coming Out of the Dark. I am your host, Lady O. If you're tuning in for the first time, I want to share that this platform is in celebration of the life and memory of my beautiful sister, Glennis Marie Boyce. She is the inspiration for this platform. All that I do is in celebration of her life, and what she means to me. I would also like to share that I am not a doctor or a therapist, but I am a certified empowerment coach who is committed to supporting women that are ready to break the cycle of self-sabotaging beliefs so they can build healthy relationships, own their identity, and confidently achieve their desired goals. It's my life's purpose to encourage, empower, and uplift. And I am so honored to do this on this platform. As always, I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. The weekend for many is a time away from, your 9 to 5 to spend time with family and friends and catch up on much needed household responsibilities, those things that we put off all week long, but we wait until the weekend to say, I want to turn on some music. I'm going to pour me a glass of wine and I'm just going to get into it and get things done. No, we are so blessed to see another week. It is now Monday. It is the cusp of a new week. So many great things are in store. This week we're going to nail it. That is my message for this week. I just feel it in my spirit. I said, I'm going to nail it this week. Everything I set my mind to, I am going to nail it. So can you say that with me? I am going to nail it. I am going to nail it. Yes, you are. You're going to nail it. Everything we set our minds to accomplish, it will be done with excellence and dedication, as well as we will have a strong commitment to whatever we are doing. We will leave nothing on the table and nothing will be unturned. We're going to stay with it. We're going to stay focused. We're going to stay determined. And we're going to get it done. So let's say it again. I am going to nail it. It will get done. So let's make our transition in our minds from anything that has happened the day before it, and let's just stay present in what we have today so we can accept what we are going after tomorrow. Can I hear you say agreed? Can you just say it out loud? Even if I can't hear you right now because you're listening to a pre-recording, I want you to say, I agree. Get it into your spirit. Well, let's just get into it. Let's just start talking about our topic for tonight. And this topic is going to be about confidently unique. This weekend, I had time to reflect over my growth. I allowed my mind to travel from elementary school, junior high school, college, and my development from a young girl to a teenager, then a young adult to the mature woman that you see before you today. And I had to say, wow, so much has happened in my life over the years. So many experiences that has changed the course of my life. I saw myself wanting to be loved and accepted, silencing my voice to coming into my own awareness of who I am and willing to take a stand for it. This journey came with many trips and falls. Some of the experiences, I can't tell you, I laugh while I reminisce about them, while others, they bring tears to my eyes. Have you ever allowed yourself to take such a journey? It's a wow moment. You won't recall everything at once, but if allowed, your mind will bring you to pivotal moments in your life, moments that have left a lasting impact and helped form the beliefs about yourself and the life that you are living today. While on this journey, there is one thing that kept ringing in my spirit, and that is, you are unique. There was a time that I felt discomfort concerning certain characteristics about myself. I feel many people go through that. Many people feel, you're a little awkward. You have a little awkward stage. Whether my feelings of discomfort about myself was regarding like external physical appearances, or it was the internal characteristics of being, just a kind, thoughtful, generous, hopeful, and a compassionate individual. Well, those characteristics, they led me into a place of heartbreak. Heartbreak can chip away the foundation of your self-confidence. It is here you begin to search for messages of acceptance, hoping someone will find you valuable enough to enjoy your company or hear your voice. When you think about it, this is the very thing that caused people to get involved in wrong relationships, to accept the numbing feelings of drugs or alcohol, or just simply adapt to the worldly trends, not being confident enough to be your own person for fear of isolation. The thing I want to get across to anyone listening to me today that is burning in my heart is that you are unique, and your uniqueness has purpose, and it is valuable. While everyone is going on trend and transitioning to one thing to the next, searching for a fix of satisfaction, acceptance, validation, and gratification, you, my dear sister, was created by God with the DNA to stand out amongst the rest. I know this is hard to believe because there is so many similarities around you. But let me tell you, that's as far as it goes. Similarities. No one has your secret sauce that you bring to the table. As entrepreneurs and women of purpose, we are compared to the next best thing. It is said, oh, so-and-so is doing the same thing. And when this is said, you may feel inclined to mirror certain aspects of that person's work ethics, style, and their delivery. I want to tell you to stop. Don't you think about it. Yes, you can have two people in the same line of work, but how you each do it is special and different to reach an audience that is designed for your specific gifts, talents, and abilities. When it comes to acceptance, confidence, and being unique, you may not like what you see when you look in the mirror. Instead of seeing the good, you spend countless seconds and minutes criticizing the things you don't like about yourself. What you're doing is convincing yourself of the negative self-talk. Now, what you have done is simply dressed yourself with negative words, and now you are out here in the world wearing this stinky thinking. That's what I call it. Stinky thinking. When people say you're beautiful, you convince them that you're not. When people say, oh, you're so kind, you're generous, you're loyal, your response is pointing out the negative with numerous reasons of why you dislike being those things and how it has hurt you in your life. You now painted a picture of this abused, neglected, and hurt little girl that is looking for acceptance at the age of maturity. I say this not to be funny or even to belittle the matter at all. I say this because it is truth. And I want to be the one to tell you to rip off the mask of this insecurity and embrace the uniqueness of who you are. If left unchecked, the abused woman is showing up in your relationships and other areas of your life. If you're wondering just for a second how you got into that relationship, because to everybody else, it's like, oh, that looks crazy. How did she wind up there? And now you decided to take a moment to reflect. Well, all you have to do is reflect on where you were mentally when you entertained that relationship. What was going on in your life? What was your mindset like? If you're wondering why mistreatment and abuse of any kind is plaguing your life, I want you to sit back and check your mindset and the language you're telling yourself. You attract what you believe about who you are. Oftentimes, people speak one thing in public, but experiencing something different internally. Why? Because it's painful to deal with the internal hurts, rejections, and letdowns we have grown accustomed to over the years. Perhaps you were made to feel that being unique is weird, it's ugly, and it's embarrassing. You've been told this in the walls of your home. You've been told this in the social settings. You have been told this as a little girl. You have been told this in school. You have been told this in the workplace. You have been told, why can't you just fit in? Why can't you be like this person? Oh, if you change this about yourself, you'll become more appealing. Oh, if you try this, you'll reach a broader audience. Oh, if you silence yourself in this way and you reveal yourself in this way, you'll be more acceptable. Are you going to allow this to happen? In believing that being unique is weird, ugly, embarrassing, in doing so, you learned to silence your voice while taking on a different persona. You create a life with this persona. You establish businesses with this persona. You enter a career path with this persona. And you also welcomed relationships with this persona. The one thing that you have to remember out of all of that is It is just that. It is a persona. So it's not real, and soon the mask will fall, and then you're left with looking at the same little girl you left behind many years ago. Who do you want to be? That is my question. Who do you want to be? Do you know who you are? That's another question. Reflect on it. Meditate on it. And journal about it. You must deal with it. You must deal with the mess. You must love who you see. The person you see, she's beautiful and she is courageous. She has a story to tell and an audience waiting to hear her voice. She wants to be loved and accepted, but it's not an outward acceptance. The acceptance that this little girl needs, the young version, youthful version of you, the one that you left behind many, many years ago, the one who was neglected, the one who felt unworthy, the one who was trying to fit in, that little girl is asking for acceptance from an internal place. The thing we must understand is that confidence in oneself is not something you can decide overnight and begin just to walk in it. Confidence in oneself is a journey of self-discovery, accepting what you see, celebrating your strengths, acknowledging your achievements, acknowledge your areas of challenge, understand who you are and where you want to go in life. Once this is done, you can embrace and overcome anything. Being unique, my sister, isn't a curse. Let me tell you, it's how God made you. You are an original. You are an original of His design, and there is no one, and I mean no one, like you. He intended you to do certain things in the world with your uniqueness. You will begin to see the moment you accept who you are, the doors of love, prosperity, and creativity will overtake you. No longer will you feel challenging to be in certain arenas, whether it be business or personal. You know your secret sauce, and you're mixing it in everything that you do. When you're being your unique self, you operate at your best level. And that's where we all want to be, at our best level. We strive for that. We see that in other people and we say we want that. But the thing is, that comes from a place of being authentic. That comes a place of knowing who you are, where you're going, and what you want to achieve. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be challenges in that space. But no longer will you spend so much time suppressing your true self and your values, causing you to neglect and have less energy for achieving your goals. Please remember, if you want transformation in your life, if you want advancement in your life, it first begins with acceptance of who you are. Embrace your uniqueness. It's what helps you stand out from the crowd and find your voice. Importantly, being yourself, embracing yourself, is not just good for your brand and your business, but for your own personal health and well-being. So stop. Stop wondering who I am and do I belong or fit in. You're not created to blend in. And you're not created to fit into any mold that has already been created. That business idea that you have, I want to tell you, don't look for it any other place. You're not going to find it. It's in you. It's new. And it wasn't done before. So go after it knowing you are an original, uniquely made by God. There is none like you, and everything you touch will have your secret sauce. It's right in front of you. You can feel it. You know it is. You can touch it. And you want to believe in it. But it's going to require you not to believe in the other thing and the images that you see before you, the things that are duplicated. Because it's scary standing out, being by yourself in a lane, creating your own path. It's comfort when you can mimic something, but it's discomforting when you're mimicking something and you have a outcome that is not what you hope for. It's not what you desire. You simply just don't have any outcome because you're searching in the wrong places. I'm excited to see the manifestation of your gifts. More importantly, I am excited to celebrate with you as you accept and embrace all of who you are. Ooh, what a day that's going to be. When we just learn to love ourselves. Every aspect of who we are. That's just a beautiful celebration to fully embrace the woman that you see before you, flaws and all. Remember, nothing is perfect, so stop looking for perfection. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect, but own your identity. Claim your right. Look at yourself in the mirror, eye to eye, and just simply say, I, and state your name, am ready to claim it, own it, and be it, even if it means shedding the persona and accepting all of who I am.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Please subscribe to this podcast and like, share, and follow on Facebook and Instagram. Until next time, be well, be safe, and be kind to yourself.